Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where we are approaching a point in which the story is going to stop. Or should I say, stop progressing. And hopefully we'll actually reach that point today. But there are two things that I'm going to have to remember to talk about later. And one is going to be that idea, the fact that at one point, the story is just going to stop moving forward once we leave this castle and move to the Upside Down. And then the second is how much... Why am I doing this? I have a double jump. Is just how much the Castlevania legacy has changed since Symphony of the Night. And I think it's not necessarily just the success of Symphony of the Night. I think it's also the failure of the 3D Castlevania has kind of burned the original Castlevania style. But I will hopefully try to remember that for next time, because I'd like to save something for when the story stops and we have no cutscenes between characters until the end of the game. There is a switch up there. We cannot press it. The bat cannot press it. The fairy cannot press it. We need the demon. Although I think the demon is a little bit farther down. He's somewhere in this area. Yep. Out of curiosity... Well, ooh, actually I don't think I remember seeing that attack. So now we're back at a point in which enemies are a little bit tougher because they take a few more hits to deal with. There's going to be some goblins down here that with torches that just leave fires hanging around, and they're kind of annoying to deal with because of that. Actually, I think I'm going to switch this weapon out. Largely because it's slow. When I'm just standing around using it. Now let's try out the nunchucks. They're two-handers, so that means I can't equip a shield, but I don't really use my shield except for, I suppose, for defensive purposes, but that is pretty nice. I think this might actually be the demon. It is the demon! What are you doing, Bat? You don't even know what you're doing. Alright, let's switch to the demon card. Summons the Devil Familiar. Now that we have the Devil Familiar, we don't need anybody else. He's got this tiny little spear. He's gonna be stabbing things with it. But more importantly, we're going to need him to open that door for us. Excuse me, Salem Witch. / karate instructor? Why is she going like hi-ya? Alright, the nunchucks are actually not so bad. I was actually going to ignore the nunchucks, but you know.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
I love how his voice gets all nasally towards the end there. Why don't I press it and see? But he's one of the only familiars that actually has voice lines, which is always neat. Oh, yep. Ma'am? Ah, that was too soon. Maybe a shield would be useful against her. Or actually... Nope. How do I turn into Mist again? If I turn into Mist, she might miss. I'll workshop that a little bit more. Let's see, what have we got down here? Just peanuts. And a ring that gives you the strength of 24 men. And the defense of 0 men. And that's why I never use it. Yeah, confers the strength of 24 men, so I get tons of attack. But my defense drops to 0. You know, maybe I should try it out. It can't suck that much. Right? And then maybe I'll swap out the nunchucks to the holy sword and equip a shield. Nope. Still 0. Do I have a better weapon than the holy sword? Does the claymore... The claymore probably has a bigger range. And also having 0 defense is probably going to be... Yeah. Like even just getting hit by thornweed. Yeah, it's not ideal. Actually, I keep hitting the start button to bring up the Xbox Live menu. How good is the Claymore against the Holy Sword? It is the same. So I might as well have the Knight Shield as well, so I can benefit from its defense. Okay, so there wasn't really that much in this secret area, but there's also, like, this secret also exists in the same form in the Upside Down. The demon has his own set of lines. Let's see, what did he just say just now? He was like, switch, let's press it and see. And I think in the Upside Down, he says something like, oh, a switch. Maybe I'll press it. Something like that. But it's different from this line, which is interesting that they recorded like separate lines of dialogue for him. Okay, we don't want to necessarily leave this area just yet. So let's actually take a look at what's down here. Oh wait, hold on. I'm being stupid. This is, I think, a teleportation room. And also, it seems as though the Holy Sword, just like the nunchucks, is getting a second hit. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily designed that way, but that is what it's... Yeah. What it's getting in effect. Which I'm not going to argue with. But only when I do a jump attack. Okay. Okay. It cursed me. I didn't even know she had a curse attack. Okay, I think there is a save point to the left. Nope, not yet. Ooh, but there is a combat dagger. Combat knife. So close. So the attack drops, but I'm pretty sure it's... I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's faster, but... This follow-up attack... let's try it out. That's still faster on the ground. Like, I think you get 2 hits off in the space that it gets 1 hit with the sword. The catacombs. Now there's a save point on the left. Okay. So from here I can go to the left or the right. The left leads to a boss, the right leads to hidden passages, and the spike breaking armor, which we're going to need in order to unlock the upside down. Get back here. I think it also leads to the left too. I find this area. I always find this area a little bit confusing to navigate because of a lot of areas that kind of look like each other and and just constantly circle around themselves. But we'll do fine. We'll make it. This area also has some enemies that can be a little bit tougher for your level and weapons. Like I believe not the Salem witch, but there's a tougher witch that'll turn into a cat when they are defeated. Oh, and these guys only take like magic damage. And look, he flees because he carries... Yeah, get him! Demon, you're not done. He's still fleeing. Interesting how the first couple hits only, like... ding for like 1 point of damage, and then suddenly it does more. Like, what is changing? Also convenient that the catacombs have functional elevators. Okay. So now we need to turn into a bat. And thankfully, we've already gone through... I already forget his name again. Olrock? We went through his area. So we have unlocked the Echo of the Bat. Which is a neat little puzzle addition that only is necessary for this section of the game. And the lights are back on. but no instantaneous reward. A were-skeleton? Okay, is that a werewolf that has been reduced to a skeleton? Or is that a man who turns into a skeleton? I mean, the man is already part skeleton. But what if he became a full skeleton upon the light of a full moon? Is that what a were-skeleton is? These are important questions that will remain mysteries forever. A cross shuriken. It is still funny that they just flee. Like, oh no, he's beaten our chariot. We have nothing. And then now we should have, yep, the spike breaker armor and the library card, which we don't really need to go to the library right now. Actually, we don't really need to go to the library at all for the rest of the game. The library is convenient to go to, like if you're in the middle of nowhere and you want to get somewhere that is close to a teleportation room. Okay, so now we've gone through all... Actually, let's take a look at that spike armor. See if it's actually better than the armor we have. It is. Might as well use it for now. Spike breaking armor. Alright, so now we have to make our way back. I forget if the path from the save room goes all the way to the left, or if the path below the save room goes all the way to the left. Let's go back to the save room, so cutting to that. Oh, actually, no, we're not cutting into that because we got to show off the spike armor. Now that we got the spike armor, we can break all of these spikes, even in bat form, even in mist form, even in dog form. Spikes are no threat to us. Which is important because there's that very specific room we're trying to get into. Which has a blue door surrounded by spikes. And if we try to use that door as a wolf or as a bat, he's getting away! Okay, he got away this time. If we try to use the door, we'll just transform back into regular Alucard, use the door, and then immediately pretty much die from the spikes. Then, I think this actually leads to a dead end, yes. Bloodstone and Cat Eye. Improves blood healing ability, which we don't really use it that often because it requires bloody enemies to function. Big HP restore by cat damage. It is a incredibly specific helmet. It is only useful in extremely specific scenarios. But it helps. So we're going to hold on to it, and hopefully we'll run into some cats. And the cats will save the day for us. For now, though... let us carry on. We're going to go downstairs and around, which will lead to a boss fight. I forget which boss fight is in this version. I remember the upside-down boss fight, because the upside-down boss fight in that room is... it's tough. If you don't have... heck, it's even tough if you don't necessarily have... even if you have the good stuff. That boss has tons of health. Probably the beefiest boss in this game, aside from Dracula. Maybe even has more HP than Dracula. But we're going to worry about him. It's going to be a little while. Ooh. These guys again, that were protecting the tea set. And just a lot of very ceremonial skeletons. No. Lossoth. Ooh, he dropped a firebrand. Fire Sword of Oberon. Hello. Might as well deal with him as quickly and efficiently as possible. I wonder if there's a secret behind this wall. Who would have guessed? Not me. Icebrand. We've got Firebrand and Icebrand. The Ice Sword of Mim. Probably useful down here. The Ice Sword of Mim. Yes, keep doing that same attack over and over again. Thank you. Ironically, this guy that throws fire is not weak against ice. And is also not strong against fire. I would have not expected that, but you know, here, that's... yeah, but it is strong against the gremlin. This room has way less than I would have expected. Okay, I think I can go up to the right briefly, and then the path carries on to the left. Ooh, hello. A resist fire potion. We'll definitely hold on to that in our inventory and never touch it. And, yep, walk armor, which will increase in defense with map coverage. There's also another version that is based on the amount of time you've played the game. It is actually better than the Spike Breaker. I've done enough coverage of the map. Look, I just picked up one item. I walked into a room and picked up one item, but I still need to save the game because I can. here's the boss. Is it a No, it's this guy. It's the big ball of dead bodies who turns into lasers. The Grand Falloon. Just big pile of corpses. Ooh. Surrounding tentacles that shoot lasers at you, which sounds ridiculous to say it out loud, and also is ridiculous. But first, we need to cut our way through this hideous mass of dead bodies, which is kind of hilarious to look at up close. Also, the ice sword has a pretty neat, like, Ryu fireball attack. No, no. Okay, how much? Now he's just wearing these corpses as a hat. And there he goes. And of course, you need to pose. That's part of the deal. Alucard would undoubtedly be posing after he defeats a boss. And I just realized the area to the right that goes away from the boss is the path of progress. The area to the left that leads up to the boss is not. Mormigel. Black sword. Strong versus holy. Does not have a cool Ryu special attack. Alright, so now we have explored a lot. I just noticed there's that space on the upper right part of the map, which happens to be near the library. And then there's the space where the walk armor is needed, which is, of course, they're on the opposite sides of the map. And then there's the space where we need to go after we go into the space where we need the walk armor, not the walk armor, we need the spike breaker armor. So we need to go to the upper right-hand part of the map to clear out that area. We need to go to the upper left-hand part of the map to get the other ring, I think. And then we need to go to the center of the map to get the glasses in order to then return to the upper part of the map to confront Richter again and unlock the Upside Down. So cutting to the space in the upper right. Alright, we've made it to the upper right portion of the map. There's a room we still have not gone into up here, and there's also some map to be uncovered to add to our total percentage. Like I said before, I'm not intending... Ooh, Fire of the Bat. Now the bat has a kind of okay fireball attack, which is nice that it acts instantaneously. But it has a pretty long... Ooh. Long cooldown of where you're just kind of a felt hat. It's just a felt hat. Alright, in case you want to... keep warm in those cold Transylvania winters. A Bekatawa and a Shaman Shield. I don't think either of these... Oh no, the plain easy-to-use War Sword is better than what I got now. Same goes with the shaman shield. The shield used in a magic ritual. Not a magic ritual, used in magic ritual. And a plain, easy-to-use war sword. But yeah, you're already using magic flying around as the bat. So now your defensive ability is something that uses magic. Either way, we got to make it all the way to the far left side of the map now, and unfortunately, there are no teleportation spots very close to it. That west side of the map is one of the least, I've said it before, it's one of the least interesting areas for me. Simply because, like, it's almost kind of like just a long slog. You've got very few save points, very few fast travel points. If you want to go there, you have to go the full route. And that's all there is to it. Like, I could go back to the teleportation room in the east area above the library, but I'll still need to... Like, it's the same distance to that room as it is to the teleportation area below Richter's room. Yeah. I did not know those guys did that. It's like they separated their armor from their spirit. Good job on you guys. Alright, cutting to the room that I need the spike breaker armor for. Alright, so before I go into the room, might as well equip the spike breaking armor. Mist could pass. Thank you, video. For some reason, like, this game doesn't really tutorialize that much, but it really, really wants to tutorialize areas where mist could pass.
So, did you find Richter?
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here?
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
Maria, I've a question. How did you even get here? Either way, we have the silver ring, which is necessary to unlock the center part of the map, where we will go and talk to Maria again. For some reason, whatever she had to tell us cannot be told now. So we're going to go down, right, down, left, down, right. Okay. Yeah. So skipping to that area. Alright, I suppose it wasn't that far away. But now that we're here at the center, let us equip the gold ring, which is inscribed with Wear Clock, and the silver ring, which is inscribed in Tower. And all your rings combined. Also, how does Maria get down there? We'll never know. All right, we can get rid of these for now. Let's be taller again and have slightly better stats. There's no boss in this area, but there will be at the end of the game in the upside down version. Now then, I should actually say there's no boss in this area in this version of the game. If you've played the new remastered version in the one that comes with Rondo of Blood, they have an extended version that includes deleted content, which includes a fight against Maria in this room, where she goes out to test Alucard.
Maria?
I'm sorry. You were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best then if you pray for the soul of your friend.
And I believe that in the original PS1 version, as well as this port, as you see, there's just this conversation where you have where she gives you the holy glasses so you could see beyond illusions and save Richter. I forget if the Sega Saturn version, like I remember that reading that the Sega Saturn version had certain things that were cut from the PS1 version. And I forget if that includes that fight scene. Let's see, that is, we're going to have to get rid of our cat eye circlet and no longer receive the beneficial healing abilities of cats in order to see magical curses, beyond magical curses, for a moment. So actually, we'll be able to enter the Upside Down with time to spare. We can at least fight a boss or two up there. Let's see, there's the teleport room straight up, and hopefully the path upward is still unlocked. Because I do not have... Yes, excellent. I was going to say, I don't have a pocket watch. So, cutting to Richter. And we're there. We can confront Richter again, and now...
I've been waiting for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Why is a...
There's that orb there. Sir, I'm trying to help you. Let me help you.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost. The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand. No. What have I done?
Thank you, Alucard, for saving Richter.
Alucard?
Was there supposed to be a cutscene which shows the
my ancestor, Trevor
upside
Belmont?
emergence of the upside down castle?
Over 300 years ago.
No time for small talk. Is the person who controlled you in that castle over there?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
I'm going to see if that just got skipped because I skipped the dialogue before. Alright, so it appears that the Xbox 360 version, which is the version I'm playing, has that kind of like intermission cutscene removed, where you see the upside down castle emerge into the sky. And also, apparently, the people on Reddit were perfectly fine with that. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, is the missing cutscene content? Like, it would be nice to be like, hey, what's actually going on the outside? But I suppose all you need to do is walk through that. Let's see, what did I pick up? A royal cloak, gorgeous blue cape. Walk through the teleporter and realize you're in an upside-down version. You don't need the cutscene to tell you what your eyes will quickly reveal. Bastard. A standard sword. Amazing how many of these weapons you pick up are just like described as standard weapon, like ordinary sword, ordinary short sword, easy to use war sword. Like, so many of these are just like, this is just the basic model. Like, this isn't an advanced model at all. But now we're in the upside down, which I suppose now we can talk about the lack of story content from this point forward. Like, in the right side up castle, there were cutscenes every now and again. We would run around, we'd find Maria, we'd find Richter. A little bit more plot would be revealed here and there. We find the librarian. We have a little bit of a meet with him. We have the conversation with Richter again in Dracula's former space. And now we're in the upside down, and now there is going to be nothing. There are going to be no new characters. Nothing is going to be introduced until the very end of the game, when we confront Dracula. Which, it makes me wonder exactly, like, what was the expectation for the Upside Down? Like, were they expecting everybody who plays the game to explore this content, or were they really expecting this to be a secret, only discoverable by the few as opposed to the many? And the many would finish the game, they would defeat Richter, and then they might walk away with a sense of uneasiness, a sense that they did not quite finish the fight, that there was something left undone. But they would not necessarily have to go back to the game. They would consider the game to be mostly beaten because their map coverage is probably going to tell them that they are close to 100% of the map. When, in effect, if you want to get that the best true ending, you have to be very close to 200%. Explore the map a second time. And the fact that it is an upside-down castle as a means to extend the game. It's not... There are no more new environments. There are new bad guys. There are new bad guys for us to fight. There are new bosses for us to confront. New weapons to find, new armor sets to acquire, old armor sets to acquire. We're going to find Alucard's armor set somewhere in this castle. But the actual story content, stops until our confrontation with Dracula. And that kind of makes me wonder, what was the expectation over in the game development? from here, we're also kind of given a branching path. Like, we can decide where we want to go, in what order we want to do it in. Strong versus lightning attacks. That's good against the super tough boss who I referred to earlier in the catacombs, in the upside down version of the catacombs. I like to go to the left. Right now, that teleporter only accesses itself. We cannot use it to travel to any. Like in the right side up castle, when we first discover a teleporter, it allowed us to go to a teleporter we had not been to, but now is not the case. I like to go left. I feel like going right leads to tougher bosses. Specifically, Beelzebub is a little bit tougher boss for when you first enter this area. Not to mention the west wing of the area of the castle, like I said, is my least favorite, and I keep saying it. And it's even more least favorite because it's just crowded with enemies, just thick with thugs. So it kind of becomes a pain in the ass to traverse. But oh no, a boss immediately! Because this is technically the end of the, it's Darkwing Bat! Not to be confused with Darkwing Duck. Still, we shall get dangerous nonetheless. So that attack launches you against the wall. Ah. I forgot he even has that attack. You have to be so precise. Sir, I cannot... Not only can I not... Actually, that did way less damage than I was expecting. And he's dead. And I believe we should get one of the first of the 5 tokens of Dracula. Each one does a very specific thing. This one is not particularly special. The Ring of Vlad. Int plus 10. Not very exciting. But I believe there's one that offers immunity to curses, which is way more interesting. And now they're pointing in the direction I want to go. How nice of them. And of course, there is the secret wall here. The secret walls are the same in both castles. The Moon Rod. Rod with lunar markings. Actually, hold on. So, the Bastard Sword doesn't do anything special. Ooh. That is pretty cool. Let's try it out on Bomb Guy. The generic version of Bomberman. I took way too many hits for that. Okay, that is pretty strong on Bomb Guy. Now this bomb guy is absolutely useless in this cramped hallway space. That is really good. I don't think I really messed around with a lot of these special weapon attacks. I really should. I really should do more of that. Oh, hold on. Yep, I can't pick it up as missed. I will have to miss out on that. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I like it. Oof, but this leads to the clock tower area, which is going to be... It's a little bit more interesting this time around, to say the least. But we can always turn into mist, but we still want to unlock... Alright, 2 hits, that's not bad. We still want to unlock that secret room. So I might decide to enter the vertical hallway on the left first, unlock those gears there, and then go back. Oh, hello. Yep. Sir, if you're not on the screen, you can't hit me, and I can't hit you. That's mutually assured survival. Ah, this is where the Cloaked Knight constantly respawns. Not in the right side up version where there is also a Cloaked Knight. But I don't think the experience is worth it. Like, I need 3561 experience to level up. Now I need 3560. The Cloaked Knight is literally only giving me 1 experience point per kill. He is worthless now. Which is unfortunate that it takes me 2 hits. But, I mean, at the very least... Although, once... I think, yeah, there's only the golden Medusa heads. Give me petrification or give me nothing. Let's just... Okay, so we need to get both of those gears. Okay, we don't want to be attacked while turned to stone, because that might actually be bad. Okay. I don't care about the holy water. We can leave it behind. Okay. That one's good. Okay, the plethora of Medusa heads. I wonder, hold on. Okay, I think that was a click. Alright, now we're going to have to go back to the room on the right. Probably have to defeat these Cloaked Knights to get rid of them. Yeah, come on. I'm actually surprised I haven't really been hit while petrified. Okay, guys. Ooh. Okay, this is extremely messy. All right. That son of a... Like I said, this version is definitely more interesting because of all the things going on. All right, we got that one, and now we have one more gear. Ah. There we go. And now we'll just turn into mist so we can avoid everybody. And now we have a diamond, and a life apple, and a sunstone. Which improves your status after sunrise, but the sun has not risen. Not the most exciting. Upgrade, but you know, they can't all be winners. Some of them are just huge loot. Okay, let's turn into mist and get out of here. We are done with this place. More or less. Actually, yeah, let's take the mist up as well so we can get the map coverage. There we go. All right, we have made it through. We're out the other end. Okay, that is really, really good. And I wish I knew about that a long time ago. Like, that is probably going to be really good when we fight Frankenstein momentarily. Also, we have our Dragon Helm back. It frightens enemies, lowers defense. We're going to have to remember the Cat Eye Circlet. And that is one of the original armor pieces that Alucard walks into the castle with. Actually, hold on. Let's, I want to say, yeah, now that we're at this point of the castle, I think there's a save point below us. So we could use that to refill our magic. Now, here's the question. Do we want to fight Dracula? Sorry, we're not ready to fight Dracula. Do we want to fight Frankenstein? Or do we want to grind for a new weapon? Like, I'm probably not going to worry about grinding for the new weapon while recording. I might actually just do that on my own time. Or I might record it and then we'll just be like, hey, here's video footage of the weapon being acquired. I don't know how important that is, but it is essentially, there's going to be there's a karma apple. There's a weapon that we can acquire in the upside down library that will carry us for the rest of the game. Literally, actually, hold on. Like, not only will nothing be able to stop us with that weapon, the only thing that is slightly better is when we're able to upgrade our mist ability to do damage. Because when the mist ability does damage, that means that we can essentially be untouchable by bad guys while slowly killing them. Which is generally my strategy for grinding for experience. There's only one more spot in the game. There are two more spots in the game that I worry about grinding. That is in the library to get the weapon, and then outside of Dracula's room. There are some knights that are actually pretty tough, but they drop they give a lot of experience. And also, we still haven't looked at this sword forged by elves. But it doesn't do anything specific. It is just a stronger sword. And on any other day, I might have considered using that. But I feel as though the Moon Rod's special attack is going to actually help make really short work of Frankenstein. Alternatively, I can save my game and go up to the library and get that weapon, and then that'll make really, really short work of Frankenstein. I forget how long it takes to grind for that weapon. Like, I haven't used it in all playthroughs. It's something that it's because of its lower drop rate. Like, it's not necessarily something that I always knew about. It's one of those things I discovered by accident, and it's one of those things that I almost probably passed up before because of its lower attack power. But it has multiple advantages. One, it does a lot of hits in a row. Also, here's the teleporter, so we can unlock that. It does multiple hits, and two, you can move while using it. Both of which are fairly key. I don't think the elevator works in the upside down. So, I'm just going to... You also can't hit those floating skulls. There's no damage. It just pings right off of them. They don't care. Ah. My strategy of using... You son of a jack of bones. My strategy of using the mist to pass everybody by meant I also did not get the map coverage, this sweet map, easy to acquire map coverage. Like this, for the upside down, the hardest to get map coverage is in the catacombs, in the underground. I might actually have to switch out the Moon Rod because the shmoos are with it. I'm hoping that the sword forged by elves. Yes. Is strong enough to kill one in one hit. Because the shmoo is what drops the weapon we want. Let's see how much experience I get. 2704 till the next level. 2260. That is actually pretty good experience. So not only good for leveling up, but drops the weapon I want. So let's keep going. Ah, there we go. The Chrysogrim. That didn't take too long. Countless Blades Dice Enemy. Lower attack than the Luminous, but... And also notice, you can move while attacking. And just spam the attack. And then everything just dies in front of you. Everything. Nothing can survive. Except for this guy. Stone Skull is safe. So good on you, Stone Skull. We're going to explore the library next time. But for now, let us go. At the very least, we can finish off this video with another boss fight. Specifically, a Frankenstein. Not Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster. Hello! And he's gone. It almost feels like cheating. The Tooth of Vlad. Strength plus 10. Not the most exciting, but you know. Gotta have strength, I suppose. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. I think we're probably gonna explore most of the a good amount of the Upside Down next time. And I don't think we're going to finish the game, but we're going to definitely finish it in the video after it. Because there's not too much left, but there's definitely a lot to explore. But now that we've got the buffed up swords, pretty much nothing will stand in our way. In the meantime, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.